it's a process, just winging it. Well, I think we got a couple of people watching. I guess we could start. All right, hey there, everybody. Welcome to a new thing I'm trying, and actually, it's not my idea. It's actually this young man that's next to me, Extrazero. If you don't know him by now, you've not been watching my channel actually. But yeah, he ran by some ideas, because I always reach out to him and some new ideas and everything. So we're gonna do it's kind of like a kind of review. It's like a live review, but we're gonna have like two different opinions and everything, and we're gonna talk about an older figure or something like that, or I'm gonna reach out to other people. So if anybody wants to come on with me to do this co-op kind of thing, you're welcome to. We had to have the same, the figure, and we're gonna do Dx9 Carry today. So
it's like Cisco and Ebert.
yeah, exactly. We're going to talk about it, and we'll probably agree with a lot of stuff, but we'll probably have some disagreements too, also, and that's fine. That's what the fun about it is. We get to go over an older figure and figure out if it still holds up. What we think of, all the the transformation, the sculpt and the articulation, paint, and all that stuff and everything. So trying something new. Hopefully, y'all like it. And like I said, at the end, I'll reach out if anybody else wants to come on and do this with me. We can get 2 or 3 people on if you want to. If we have all the same figure, but probably one, 2 will be good enough and everything. I think it'd be awesome. But if we get 3 or 4 other people, we can try to do that also. So, Extrazero, how are you doing today?
I am doing pretty well. Did some Black Friday shopping today, so knocked out a good chunk of my Christmas shopping, which is nice. So
nice. How was your Thanksgiving? Did you eat a lot?
It was good. I didn't eat a lot, actually. I had one plate. I had one big plate, but
I didn't go. It was that tall.
No, it wasn't even that tall.
It was this tall.
It wasn't that tall. It was just like the plate itself was like one of those double-sized plates, so it was like that. It was like one of the oval
gotcha.
ones.
Yeah, gotcha.
So that was nice. How about you, man?
Good. We Wednesday I went and saw my mom, and we had Thanksgiving with her, and then yesterday we went with to Lisa's family and everything. Oh my gosh, my mother-in-law made some chicken and dumplings. It was so good.
I made 25 pounds of my famous potatoes for Lex's family.
Oh man, yeah, you told me about that. Nice. How'd that go?
Very well. I got a lot of thumbs ups. So
very good.
When I went and checked at the end of the night, like 2/3 of it were gone.
Oh, nice.
So,
very nice. Awesome. Cool. All right. So, like I said, we're doing this is something new. It's going to be called Co-op Critics, and this is the first episode. So I'm winging it. So be gentle with us. We are going to talk about Dx9 Carry. Okay. I don't know if anybody has this guy, but he's awesome. But there might be some issues and everything. I don't have my Firebolt. I have him somewhere. I do have the Terror one, the recolor. I have his little Target Master, but I don't have Carry right now.
Fortunately, I got mine.
Extrazero does. He has it. And he actually has an add-on kit for him, right?
Well, it's not really an add-on kit so much as it's a couple add-on pieces. Okay. One courtesy of the engineer, Mr. T2RX6.
T2RX6, yep.
T2RX6. Why did I add on that 7? I'm thinking T-Man. Add 7 and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I have the Toy Hacks piece. That's the spoiler.
Oh yeah, the spoiler.
Yeah, It's just a little friction fit piece, but it stays where it needs to be.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, okay, so this guy, just give a little information. I jotted down some couple things. This came out in 2015, so it's about 4 years old, almost 5. Like I said, he does have a Target Master, his Firebolt, and it's pretty cool. He transforms into the gun and everything's really nice. He's about 7.7 inches long in the alt mode, and he's about 9.5 inches tall in bot mode. And I'm guessing that's probably to the head. I don't know if that's at the tip of his wings or not. I don't know. I didn't measure it, but I was just reading what it says. So about 9.5 inches tall. He's MP scale, if anybody knows. He's got a kind of like a stylized look to him. He's got that old man face. Let's see. Hopefully, my camera is not really good on this one, but he's got like an old man face look to him, everything, all that stuff. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful figure and everything. And other than that, yeah, that's about it that I know of. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go through some, points of the figure itself and everything. And I'm going to screen share real quick and I'll show you. We don't have them in alt mode. It would take forever to do. I don't want to do a long show and everything, but it would take forever to actually transform him and everything. So let me see if I can screen share real quick and show you the alt mode and everything. Can you say, okay, cool. All right, can you see that?
Let's see.
Okay. So there he is. There he is with the MP Bumblebee, the older Bumblebee, which I actually got the new Bumblebee, and I'm going to do a review for him. I'll have that out tomorrow. And Sideswipe, the MP Scale. So there he is in his alt mode. And what's really cool about this is it's all in one. You know, like how Motormaster Fantasy Toys, Motormaster, how he is. This is, you know, he did this way before Fantasy Toys did and everything. It was really awesome. So overall, in alt mode, what do you think of his alt mode?
Well, so I think his alt mode's the most successful part, actually. I love the fact that it's complete. I love the fact that it's the most screen accurate piece of the design. I love the fact that it's an all-in-one. You know, the MPO9, you know, he was very toyetic. He had like the combination of the trailer and he had like the firing stand and everything. So I think this is definitely the most successful part of him. It's not I don't want to say it's my favorite because he's a Space Winnebago, and I obviously I bought an add-on kit so he could have the spoiler because
that was one of the bad things that he didn't. Yeah, you couldn't see the spoiler out in the front and everything. So
yeah, and I also wish that I know it would have been kind of like silly because there's nowhere really for it to go. But I kind of wish that they had engineered him in a way that he could fit like some of the human characters in there, like because I think in 2015 Spike and Daniel had come out with the Ultra Magnus, and that's like a thing I always remember about the end of the movie is those two getting in there. So.
Yeah, I mean that would have been cool. I mean, I love the alt mode. I think it's kind of got like a matte finish. There were a lot of issues. Mine does have some scratching issues. If you do, like, it will show up really, pretty bright if you do get some scratches on the top, especially right up here and everything. There's a lot of scratching and everything. Some people had a lot, like it was really bad around the yellow area.
So for me, they had packed Firebolt in the he's just kind of floating around on top of the windshield.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, and I think that was for a lot of people. And one of the things too is I think I don't know anybody that doesn't have minor paint defects on this guy. And like even on mine, like some of the chrome is chipping off the back here.
And is it?
Like so these pieces were cast in orange plastic. And so, like right here, it looks like kind of bronzish. I don't know how well the camera is going to get that.
Stop screen sharing real quick. Okay.
So just full screen me if you can.
Okay.
Maybe we can focus in on that.
Let me see if I can. How do you full screen you?
Because it looks like it's reflecting. Yeah, down at the bottom there should be like or actually, if you click on my tile, you might be able to do it.
Let's see. Well, I ain't doing it. That's gonna be me. Nope.
Well, it's not too terribly important.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know how to work this. Come on now. Oh, come on now. There you go.
You can kind of see there. It looks like here that it's just reflecting that orange, but it's.
Oh, I took them off. Oh my God. My bad. I'm trying to figure out. There you go. There you go. Golly, you gotta be smarter than the computer.
Now it just doesn't want to focus. But that's actually not orange reflecting. That's just where the chrome is wearing away. And it was like that kind of out of box. And I've never been able to get a replacement from Dx9. I got an email from Dx9. They're like, "What's your address and your mobile number?" And I gave it to them. And they never sent me an invoice, never shipped me anything. So getting in touch with some of these third-party companies can definitely be a chore.
Yeah. Well, especially Dx9. I mean, I don't know. When's the last time Dx9 even put anything out?
That would be the La Hire, because that was a joint effort.
Oh, yeah. I love that one, actually. I just got that one recently. Duh.
And another hot rod.
Yes, another hot rod. Yeah. That was weird. Yeah, but I mean, they were putting out a lot of stuff at times, and now they're just, I don't know where they're at. They're working on other projects or something. I don't know. My chrome is still good. I can't see any issue with my chrome, but I do got some scratches on that matte finish kind of thing and everything like that stuff. Everything. So overall, I like the alt mode. Like you said, it's all in one. Everything that you can't take the cab out like you can MPO9 and everything. So it's pretty cool. Like I said, I wish it would have been cool if they would. You know, you do have the add-on thing, but they should have included that. I think the spoiler to be a little, because it just looks kind of bland just sitting there and everything. So,
actually, you know what they've been doing? They've been stepping away from Masterpiece and just focusing more on the War and Pocket stuff.
Yeah, but they haven't released anything in War and Pocket in a long time. I can't remember the last time they even did any Legend scale stuff.
I mean, yeah, I think Dutch came out a year ago.
Was it? Yeah, but that was trash. Dutch was terrible. I didn't like Dutch at all. His legs were. I mean, my legs couldn't stay on. Magic Square beats that Dutch all the time, so I don't care for that one. But yeah, Dx9. I can't remember. Like we talked about earlier, is you know, they put out some good stuff. You know, their Power Glide is one of my favorites. It's a really good figure. I wish they would do some more, you know, mini bots, or I wish they just come back and do some stuff and everything for their Masterpiece line. So transformation. What do you think of the transformation?
I love it. This is like a really, really cool transformation. You know, I think one of the coolest things about it is how easy it is. Yeah. And you know, it's a shell former, but it's a very successful shell former, and just how everything here. I mean, this you know, in video it looks kind of like a mess, but in hand it looks really good. And I was like on the fence about this guy until one of the meetups, Mr. Brian Brink brought his to the meetup for me to check out, and I love just how many panels there were to form that.
Tons of panels.
And you know, it's funny. I think about this, and I think about like what Takara has done with a lot of their figures lately. Like I think about the one of my favorite figures of the year was the Beast Wars Megatron, and how eloquently, and then I think about like the Motor Master, because the Fans Toys Motor Master. I think it was you that said it, that the way they did the backpack for that had a whole trailer, and I think the Fans Toys one did it better, but I think this guy kind of set the bar. Yeah. And the nice thing about this guy, though, is he does not feel fragile. I mean, we were just griping about paint chipping and everything, but the materials they use for this guy, they feel really second to none. And you know,
I don't see any. You know, I don't see any white marks or like
nothing stressed.
Yeah, no stress marks or anything like that.
And with red plastic, I mean, that's something that you know, you can
easily see easily. I mean, everything. So with the transformation, and I think, you know, a lot of people are. I don't care. I mean, say, you know, like the Cliff Jumper from Extrazero, it has a huge one. Now with the MP Beast Wars Megatron, the great thing about that was you could take them off.
Yes.
You could just slide them off and you didn't have to do anything. It would have been cool if they had done this, but like I said, I don't think it's too bad in hand. I mean, it looks, you know, it's got some layers to it, you know, like a lasagna. It's got a lasagna on his back, basically. But it's not too bad. And for what it was, you know, to have all that stuff, you know, the Winnebago, the carrier thing in the back, I think they did a wonderful job. And I wish they would have done more. I mean, I really wish they would have done more in this style of the '86 movie crew. You know, that would have been good.
Yeah, that Studio Axe design, because really the only people doing it now are MMC. You know, they're the only ones really doing Studio Axe stuff.
Yeah. This is and that's what one of the issues I have is this is just, it's so stylized and, you know, just weird looking, like it doesn't go with anything hardly. Like I have him with my '86 crew, but he just stands out like a sore thumb. I mean, he just, you know, everything else is more cartoon accurate and everything. And then you got this guy and his face, you know, he's got an old man's face. You know, he's just like get off my yard, get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
Hi everybody came in. I know everybody's saying hi to me and everything. I just want to say hi to everybody that's coming in. Sorry. But yeah, that's the biggest gripe. Is one of the issues is that he just doesn't. I mean, I put him there, but he just doesn't go with them at all.
So you were at my place not too long ago, right before TFCon, and I had mine with my headmasters. Yeah. And I mean, I personally think with not just the headmasters, but like the God rest their souls, make toys. Because I have like Hardhead and Chrome Dome and Point Blank. Yeah. And then I just have this Rodimus there, because I mean technically he is a Target Master. I don't think he ever really was one officially, but I think he goes really well with those, and he's in the right. I have Sandstorm there too. that whole
Okay.
the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile Sandstorm.
Oh yeah. Well, I could see them going with the Make Toys head metric because they're kind of blocky
Yeah,
and kind of stylized and
yeah.
everything. So I could see that. That's a good point. But I put mine with the Aces crew over here with my DTOF, one of my DTOFs and everything. But like I said, it just doesn't. I may just switch him out and put the MPO9 because I think he goes a little better with those because it just looks like that.
Yeah.
So the transformation is really good. I think it's awesome.
Going back to like 2015, when we first got third party masterpiece figures, we didn't really see too much in terms of innovation with transformations. I think everything was really straightforward. Even the early Fans Toys stuff was very straightforward. I mean, you look at Quake Wave's transformations, and it's really one of the easiest out there. And this guy took a lot of risks to do an all-in-one transformation. And I really think, with Hot Rod, I think at the time everybody was thinking that, well, because the way the toy was, he had to be a parts former of sorts, and people like that whole, he's Hot Rod, now he's Rodimus Prime, but it really didn't work out in the long run.
Not at all. Oh well. But so we'll move on to materials. I think we've touched a little bit. Like I said, it does have some scratching issues. How overall, how do you feel about the materials and the hardware and everything?
I mean, some people might argue that it feels very chuggish by today's standards, but is that really a bad thing?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I like figures that look good on a shelf, but I also like being able to pick up a figure and mess with it. And as we're talking here now, this is the first time I've transformed the dude in probably a couple years, and everything, nothing here feels like the tolerances are on the money. Like nothing here feels too tight, too loose. And there's just the right amount of flex to the plastic, and I like the fact that with this transformation, there's no clearance issues, but still, like we were talking about, red plastic tends to have stressing issues, and there's none of that here. So, like I said, some might say that it feels chuggish, but that's not really a bad thing. It feels like an old school MP by today's standards, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
Yeah, you keep saying chuggish, and I just want to say chuggish, ruggish, bone. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to do. But anyway, I think the materials are great. Like you said, I do have some scratching issues. I think maybe that was probably even when I got out of the box, or just messing with it. But it did have some scratching. I've seen a lot of people have worse than I have.
I think all the runs have it. I don't think that. I think that the first run was probably the better one, but the second run's kind of notorious.
Yeah.
Mine is a second run figure.
I think he's on sale too. Mr. Larkin's Lair, he put up I think he's on sale at T of Sorts, I think for 100 something, or maybe I saw what he.
That's a good price.
Yeah, that's good. I forgot what I paid for mine. Probably 130, I think, maybe, or something like that. I forgot how much he was when he first came out. So moving on, so from materials, so we have we'll talk about the bot mode and the sculpt work. I love the sculpt. But like I said, that's the biggest issue I have is just he didn't go with anything. He's so stylized, and it really sucks that Dx9 did not make some other 86 movie bots in this kind of style. That would have been so awesome. They made Blur, Cup, and RC, or Magnus, Springer, and everything. I wish they would have tackled those instead of just giving us one. Hot Rod or Rodimus. I'm sorry, not even Hot Rod, but Rodimus Prime. But I think the sculpt work is really good. He's got that old man face, like I said, get off my lawn kind of thing. I mean, the sculpt is just beautiful. I mean, and people have issue with the backpack, but I don't. I think a little bit lasagna, and I like lasagna.
I wish you could make the shoulder wings collapse like one fold to give him a better front. Front-facing profile. That's like my number one grave. And two, I kind of wish that they had done the Matrix chamber a little bit differently, because again, it was like from 2015.
Here it is,
and,
the Matrix.
In fairness, like the MPO9, that has a really pathetic looking Matrix chamber. I mean,
well, this one just kind of looks cheap, to be honest. I mean, it's just a little silver block, or not even a block. I'm sorry, they painted over the orange, and they just kind of made us some little sculpt work of the matrix, so it's kind of
It's
cheap.
not removable, and
Yeah, they should have gave us a removal. I think they could have. I think with they had enough room in there. I think they could have threw in a little matrix maybe to hold it and everything. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, other than that, I love the sculpt mode.
and I know some people that actually they with Power of the Primes they didn't buy the Rodimus and they just went with this guy. So I mean he does, if you want him to, he does fit that old leader class kind of scale.
Mm-hmm. You know what? To be honest, I hated that Paddle Primes Rodimus. I did not like it at all. I did a review. I bought it. I think I got it on clearance, and I still was upset.
I think that was my fault because I said I didn't hate the mold.
No, I mean it's fine. I mean it is what it is. You know, and a lot of people love that mold. And they love the Optimus Prime mold too, and I just passed on those, and I didn't.
Yeah, I mean I don't love that mold, but I think that it's successful in being like, you know, doing that whole evolution thing. I think it's a better figure than MP09 is.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a better figure than that.
Yeah, I'll have to disagree on that one. But anyways, so yeah, as far as sculpt work, I think it's really good. You know, it looks good. It plays the part. You know, like I say, it's more stylized. Man, imagine if Iron Factory did a Legends class of this guy. That would have been pretty cool. I think that would have fit in with Iron Factory. So what do you think about articulation on this fella?
It's serviceable. You know, it's like for 2015, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, by today's standards, it's just the basics, which isn't to you know, to knock really points off of it. I mean, today, you know, like ab crunch has become a very standard feature, and you know, we have things like I just put mine in Winnebago mode, but if I remember correctly, he doesn't exactly have double jointed elbows.
No,
it's like a little bit over 90 degrees, and like I really think that there are certain things that he lacks to give him like a really good matrix holding position or a fighting Galvatron pose. I think, you know, Rodimus is definitely a character that needs some butterfly joints, and modern advances in articulation have really kind of spoiled us. When you look at older figures, it you know, it really forces you to remove the rose tinted glasses. So I think it's serviceable, but
I think he could hold the matrix pretty good. I think he has a little serviceable. I think it's pretty good. I don't like. Okay, so the tolerances on my shoulders, so they're kind of really tight, and they will pull this out a lot because that's not a strong point right there. That doesn't latch on. I mean, it's fine. It will stay there. But you want to touch my strong point? But it, you know, there's a heavy ratchet right here.
Yeah.
So once you start, you know, manipulating stuff like that around the shoulders, which he doesn't really get really high. That's about it. You know, so you know, or you can move it out of the head, out of the, you know, his way of his head. Everything, he'll get up to there. But if you're, you know, that heavy, you know, ratchet right there will start pulling out that side panel and everything. I mean, I wish he could look up a little more. He does look down pretty good, but he has no, you know, like. Well, I take it. Well, I mean, you can break the sculpt, but you know, he got the giraffe now.
And then his outward arm articulation, that one is a little weird too, because he's got like the pauldrons that like clunk into his head.
Yeah.
And that's where like a butterfly joint really would have helped him out. But
if he had a butterfly joint, come on now, that would have been ridiculous. He does have a waist swivel, no ab crunch. You know, back then, you know,
leg articulation's great though for its time.
Yeah, the leg, the leg. He doesn't have any panels like that in the front, so it just looks like it, you know, it's seamless.
Yeah, and I love that about him too, because I'm like with T's, like I hate hip skirts, and I love it when they integrate the hip skirt into the upper thigh.
Yeah, which one recently just did that? Was it a Fans Toys? Breakdown.
Yeah.
Breakdown did that. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I love there. So he does have about 90 degree on the knee bend, a little bit.
Over. That's all you need though.
Yeah, no, just perfect.
And he's got that forward toe articulation.
Yeah, he's got a forward up to there.
Yeah,
which is really good, and he's got a nice rocker, beautiful rocker. And this, he does got some die cast in him too. This feet are die cast.
Another cool thing too is like the way they engineered the legs, where the tires go into the calf. That gives them just the right amount of weight.
Yeah. I think it kind of feels like his bottom legs feel like die-cast too, but I don't think it is. I think it's just heavy plastic.
Yeah.
He does have die-cast feet, and my paint is not chipping, so that's good. So it's been pretty good. The waist swivel, the butt flap does get a little round, but it moves with it, so it kind of gets out of the way too. So, and he does got some nice ratchets. You can hear that little soft ratchets for the outwards. He can do the Van Dam and everything. But so basically the worst, the articulation wise is just the shoulders basically just getting away a little bit. So, but not too terrible, not too bad at all. And last we got paint. Could he use more paint? Definitely. I mean, he got a little here. The flames are really nice. You got the nice Autobot symbol. You got some silver here and some orange kind of here, and there, and yellow and everything. He's not painted, a lot. He's got a little silver on his abdomen or crotch, whatever, but not much. Down the legs, you got maybe a little spot on the knee, and that's it. So not a lot of paint. There is, you got in the Winnebago mode, you got I don't know if that's a cross, whatever that thing is. You got some silver. Been cool if they would have painted this. I think that's just, well, I take that back. It is yellow plastic with red paint, I guess. Is that paint, I guess? Is that paint on his wings?
I think it is. Yeah, I think his wings are
so yeah, that's a yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so the red and the orange is all painted on, which
okay. It's kind of like a matte finish.
Yeah.
To it.
I kind of like that because he's not a fingerprint magnet, and I feel like with gloss, with gloss paint, you feel like it's going to scratch. Although in his case, the matte plastic does kind of scratch.
Yeah, and you can see it real well too, and that's one of the bad points of it.
It turns glossy.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't, his face plate, I guess, is that painted? So he got painted blue eyes and everything. I take that back. He does have some decent paint on him. I mean, I'm looking at him now. He does have some, there's some breakable sculpt. I got a paint issue on mine.
I always thought that this tampo here for the flame detail was done really well because the initial shots of him, it looked really bad. And
okay.
Yeah, it was like a weird flame. And I think it might have been Ben's Collectibles that got an early sample of him.
Mm-hmm. The good old days when people got actually samples. That was a good old days.
Yeah. Because he had so he had the flame, but he had orange in the middle of the flame. Like it was Yeah, and then he had it was outlined.
Yeah.
Like it had a black outline around it, and that looked really bad too. I'm going on a Google image search here.
Yeah, I think it looks better like that. Now they do have a Toy Hacks. There's some repro labels for this guy. I've never looked into it. I think he doesn't really need any stickers, to be honest.
I don't either. I mean, I got it for the Autobot symbol, and they had a sale. I think it was one of their Black Friday sales because I really wanted this piece for the spoiler, and that was a Toy Hacks exclusive. But man, I want to take a second to rant about Toy Hacks, if that's okay.
Okay, no, go right ahead.
Whoever thinks that the shiny chrome stickers are a good idea, dude, stop. You got a problem. Get some help. Nobody wants those shiny chrome stickers. I mean, we get masterpiece figures because we want something that looks like it walked off the screen. When something has cartoon style sculpting, I mean, make some vinyl stickers that match the screen aesthetic. Nobody wants these things to make it look like a blinged out mess with raised bumps and just nobody wants foil covered chrome looking flames on the figure.
You don't want your Rodimus to look like he's going to a rave or anything, or
I don't want my Rodimus to look like something from the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, exactly. I don't buy those. I don't buy those. I don't buy very much from Toy Hacks. I need to. I bought some stuff for Siege, but for MP, I don't think an MP figure needs stickers. I think it needs paint. I mean, if you're paying that much money for that, I don't ever put stickers on an MP figure. I don't think I've had yet. I've yet to put one on there. But I just the Chug stuff. I think it needs it sometimes, especially the Siege stuff and the Powder of the Primes, whatever type returns. But for a MP scaled figure, I don't want to put stickers on it. Shout out to Nate. He knows who I'm talking about. But so yeah, that was paint wise. I think it's pretty good. Like I said, at first I didn't think it was very much, but looking at it right now, it does have some decent paint on it. You know, the orange and the red. I love the breakup of the colors and the yellow and stuff and everything. Looks pretty good. So now we're done with that. So overall, let's just give it out of 10. What do you give this figure still? And has it held up over the 4 years that you've had him?
I would give this figure probably a 7 out of 10. And I
Okay.
know that's like on the higher scale of things. And I give it that because I really enjoy the transformation. I really enjoy the materials. I really enjoy the presence it has on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Where I would take off points is that it doesn't really fit in with much. You have to find a space for it. And
Mm-hmm.
fortunately for me, I have so much stuff from different companies, from different periods, that
Yeah.
I just found a space for him where he works. Um, and he is a fun figure to mess with, and I do enjoy having masterpiece scale figures that you can take off the shelf and play with without worries, and flip
Oh
back and
yeah.
forth. And so that's where he gets a higher end score for me. But I recognize that it's not for everybody. It's an older figure. Again,
Mm-hmm.
he shows his age, even though 4 years ago really wasn't that long. But in terms of like third party masterpiece, there's been a lot of advances in engineering.
Yeah.
So I would say, for someone who's a Rodimus fan or someone who wants a really cool, unique take on the character or a complete transformation, I say
Mm-hmm.
he's worth your time. And plus, he's on the lower end of the cost scale now. $120 gets you a really nice figure,
Yeah.
really good size. And if you don't like MPO9, I think he's a worthy alternative if you're not too concerned about accuracy.
Yeah, I have to disagree with you. I think he. I mean, I think he goes still well. I mean, 4 years. I don't know if you said if you did. He didn't go well with anything, and I think he's one. I mean, I think he's one of the better MP to come out of any company. I think that he could go up against some other fans toys. I think he'd go up against fans toys. Maybe not the newer stuff like Motor Master and they're having better articulation and everything, but I think this would have been if I would have done the top 15, 2000, top five for 2015. I think I did. He may have been in it. I think he would have been one of my number ones in P scale
Hmm.
because I just think he's so much fun. And like you said, the only issues I have is he just doesn't go anywhere. There's nowhere for him to fit. I wish DX9 would have put some more, 86 movie crew in this kind of style to go with him because I just don't really have anywhere to put him. You can find a place and everything, but he just sticks out like a sore thumb. But I think overall, I give him I'm gonna give it 8.5 out of 10. I think he's really fun. The transformation is really easy, and with
I'm
what
gonna
he
back up.
is, it just the everything just collapsed on his back, and he has a little backpack, but it's not bad at all. Just like Motor Master, it works. It looks good, and I've taken pictures of him. He's really good. He's really photogenic and everything. I wish he had a little more, articulation, especially around the shoulders and, like you said, an ab crunch would, man, just imagine if they redid this guy.
Yeah, like
And
if,
they,
I was about to say, if they did a V2, would you be
oh
in?
man, heck yeah, I would. They gave him like an ab crunch and I don't know what else could they give him? Better shoulder, maybe shave off a little bit of the shoulders where you can get a little more higher up and everything. Man, come on now, this would be just perfect,
Ab
almost
crunch,
perfect.
double jointed elbows, better matrix
Yeah.
chamber,
Hmm.
and maybe some extra face plates. Like I'd like to have one
Yeah.
that like a yelling face, an angry face, and then like a
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
And we were talking about he did get recolored and retooled a little bit. He does have a different face and everything. That's about it. I have extras. Don't have. I have the Terror. Haha. This is Terror. He was the recolor, the black and silver, which beautiful. I mean, I love the black and silver. It's got the red, the canopy or the whatever the cockpit right there, the red and everything. So this, purple. It's got some purple in it too. This is a beautiful figure. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know. I really like both of them the same. To be honest, I don't know, but I think Terra looks really good. I think he looks better than Rodimus, to be honest. And the paint scheme he has is just really awesome.
I think with a figure like that, though, you probably have an easier time putting him somewhere.
Yeah, I put him with some of my Scourges and the black Optimus Primes. I put him with those. And everything. I think he fits really good and everything. And like I said, the only issue, I love the head sculpt. He has a beautiful head sculpt. Man, I wish my camera would pick it up. There it is.
There it goes.
That
those
is
piercing red eyes. Yeah.
Yes, this is a beautiful. I'm glad I got this. I don't know if I don't know if you can get this guy anymore or not, but and he comes with I have the Target Master for Rodimus. I just don't know where he's at. He's somewhere. I do have the Target Master for Terror out right now, and he's got the very nice red translucent sword and everything. So pretty cool. I forgot his name. Rodimus is a Firebolt, I think. Everything, but. Yeah, well, they did that. They did a recolor, kind of a retool, I guess, of the head and everything of this guy, and it's beautiful. If you ever get a chance to get this guy, definitely get it. I love the colors for him.
The only thing I don't like about his transformation is the bottom of the feet. You definitely need a spudger for that.
Oh, to get the thing up, yeah. They're up in there and everything. So yeah, overall, I give it 8.5, and you gave it a 7. So I definitely, if you have a chance, if you want a fun Transformer, if you like Hot Rod or Rodimus, if you like Rodimus, I'm sorry, not Hot Rod, but Rodimus, if you're a big Rodimus fan, you need this guy in your collection. He's so much fun. The transformation, the sculpt, everything. I mean, it's, like he just transformed him in 10 minutes? I mean, so it's not
even that. It was like 5 minutes.
Yeah. So
that was like first time in a couple years.
Yep. So it's just a shame that Dx9 is not around very much anymore, to be honest. I wish they would put out some more stuff for this, but everything. So that's it. Co-op critics, I guess, start off with a bang. Like I told you at the beginning, if y'all want to get on with me, I'm going to try to do a couple more of these. Try to do these when I can. Extrazero is always welcome to come back. More than likely, he will. If anybody wants to come on and we have the same Transformer, and y'all want to talk about it, do the same kind of thing that we're doing now, definitely hit me up. Slide in my DMs, whatever you want to do, and we'll set up a time and we'll do one of these little co-op things because it was fun. I had a good time. So yeah, if y'all like it, definitely go hit that like button, hit that share button, like, shares, prayers, and Care Bears always and everything. I guess we're gonna go. Extrazero, tell everybody. Thank you so much for coming on. First place. I'm glad you had a great holiday and everything. So tell everybody once again where they can find you.
Yeah, so everybody can find me over on the Figure Action channel. We have a podcast that is every Thursday at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. With the exception of this week, we took off for Thanksgiving, but we'll be back next Thursday. And anybody in the DMV area, that's Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, just so you know, we are having a collectors meetup on December 7th. So Saturday after. Saturday this coming week, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the White Marsh area at Bar Louie. So if you're in the DMV area, feel free to hit me up. It's James Jordan on the Facebook groups, or head over to the Realm of Collectors page or the DMV Action Figure Society, go into their events tab and RSVP so you get an idea of how many folks are coming. And of course, you can also find me over on Twitter at The Original Zero. I occasionally post some photos of Transformers or little odds and ends about how I'm feeling about releases.
Yeah. Now I wish I could go, man. I would love to go to one of those, man. I wish I went so far.
That's a lot of fun.
Food and Transformers. I mean, come on now. How can you go wrong with that? You can't go wrong.
So this place we're going to, I'm just gonna put it out there. Last time I was there, they had a take on chicken and waffles. You ever do chicken and waffles?
Oh, come on now. I'm a fat guy. Come on now.
Dude,
I love
chicken
and waffles.
Churros and waffles. You ever have a churro?
No, I don't think I've had. I know what it is.
Yeah, they're amazing. And then, I'm sorry, chicken and churros, not churros and waffles.
Oh, chicken
and churros.
Oh, okay.
So, they stack like a fried chicken on like a bunch of different churro sticks.
Yeah.
Give you like this cinnamon agave dipping sauce. Oh,
dude,
it's good.
We had a place. It was called I forgot the name of the place, but they made chicken and waffles. They had a big old waffle, like the size of a plate, and they would put some chicken wings on top of it, like a pyramid or something, and they pour syrup and powder.
You know what? Next time you're in Baltimore, I got to take you to Iron Rooster.
Okay, please.
They do cornbread waffles, and then they put country gravy all over it. So they have the chicken, the cornbread waffles, and it's just covered in country gravy, and then they serve it with like house-made hash browns. And
damn, man.
Yeah, all you got to do is tell them that you Instagram their food, and they give you a mug full of bacon.
Oh my God! Come on now. I'm
about
a heart attack, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, no, thank you so much for coming on to this. It was a great
Thanks for
idea.
having me, man.
I hope somebody hits me up and we can do another one this weekend, maybe, or something. Or ever, like I said, I'm gonna have you back on anytime. And like I said, go ahead and hit that like button. Thank y'all so much for watching this. I hope y'all liked it. If you do like it, hit me with some comments and tell me, if you liked it, what I could do different. I could always, change it up and everything. So I'm always open to new ideas and everything. So, yeah, this guy, like I said, definitely, if you have a chance to get this fella, go get it. And if you have a chance to get this fella before this one, get this one. This one's beautiful. Anyways, and he's a Decepticon too. So, all right, well, I guess I'll see you on the next co-op critics episode, whatever. And as always, be good to yourself. Hail Hasbro, and good night, folks.
Good night, everybody.
See if I can end this, and it's got the awkward pause real quick.